afternoon, everyone, and welcome to what is possibly the spiciest atmosphere we've had so far today in the North 1 playoff final between the Blackburn Hawks and the Deeside Dragons. The Hawks winning the league, the Dragons winning the cup, and after 9 months of hockey with these two, the playoff title on the line, Chris, we've got a Game 7 on a Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Game 7 on a Saturday at NIHL1 level. Two teams who, they want to win it all. They've split the series over the course of the season, and now they finally get to decide who is truly king of the North for this season.
Season series, 3 games each. I will say this though, if you go back and look at the results, it has gone win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. So if the form book is to be torn up here, or just the way history has worked, it's Blackburn Hawks to lose according to that pattern. The Hawks make the second trip to the Steel City Showdown. They were the losing finalists here last year against the Billingham Stars. They're back to right that wrong. You could sense last year they were disappointed with the performance. They didn't like how they got going. They didn't like how they stayed in the game. They've turned themselves into the dominant force in this league. They have scoring up and down the lineup. They have solid defence, solid net minding. They are the reason they are the champions is because they are so good.
Yep, exactly. They have got a lot of experience, a lot of talent with that's high caliber, that's played at a level above this. They've got good developing young players on that roster, and they have. It's interesting that, obviously, as I said, last year they came in here, they were not happy with the result that went against them, against Billingham. They struggled with certain decisions that went against them as well. But they've rebuilt, they've come back, and they're up against a side who, whilst Billingham and Blackburn last year were battling it out for 1 and 2, Deeside were in the background just putting together the pieces of the side that has this year delivered them a second place finish. And we're looking at a final here between two teams that have made hay in the sunshine, while Billingham seem to have, well, their star has fallen a little bit, shall we say, just to get the cheap pun in there.
These two both looking for a double. As I said, Blackburn even. That's your fault. Blackburn winners of the league. Deeside the winners of the cup. And if the teams are ready to get on the ice, we'll bring you the team lineups for this afternoon. Firstly, with your league champions, the Blackburn Hawks. 4, Sam Zajac. 7, Tom Barry. 9, Matt Cross. 11, Luke Watson. 12, Jakub Hayek. 20, Jacob Lutvich. 23, Liam Charnock. 28, James Riddick. 32, Harrison Walker. 33, Nick Straphans. 37, Dylan Hullaby. 48, Cade King. 66, James Royds. 70, Lee Pollitt. 71, Jack Brammer. 80, Bobby Streetley. 81, Charlie Thompson. 88, Adam Barnes. 91, Andy McKinney. And 98, Sam Warner. The Blackburn Hawks, Chris, said it's a stacked roster. How do you pick one guy who's going to be the standout today?
I think my standout today is definitely going to be Adam Barnes. He scored an absolute ripper of a goal here this last year. He's a player who scored about 20 goals at NIHL levels. I think at least 2 seasons ago for the Leeds Knights. He's going to be the danger man that has to be shut down in this one.
Say that scoring a load of goals and being a danger man. Well, there's a man coming up here who might laugh at your case of Adam Barnes. The Deeside Dragons line up as follows. 5, Reese Edwards. 9, Will Harper. 12, Ethan Mayo. 13, Matt Wainwright. 14, Colin Cromie. 18, Ryan Jones. 20, Noah Percival. 21, Damani James. 30, Phil Pearson. 33, Michael Clancy. 39, Matt Barlow. 42, Tyler Delabatouche. 44, Bailey Thomas. 55, Ross Kennedy. 61, Jared Dickinson. 81, Daniel Svadievs. And 86, Jake Witkowski. I'm going to ask you who, Chris, but I have a feeling I already know the answer to who's the one to for the Dragons.
I believe it would be the man who on the season scored over 130 points, Jake Witkowski.
Jake Witkowski has been a man on a mission. If the Hawks want to win, they have to stop him and make everyone else beat them. The Hawks, they have more than enough firepower as they take to the ice. We'll have the North 1 awards as well. just enough time to tell you your officials for this afternoon. In the water leads of power, Mr. Will Shields. On the line, Miss Amy Campbell and Mr. Jared Fraley. Also, special shout out before we get going for Noah Percival and Daniel Svadievs, who played their second final of the day. They only got off the ice about, what, 4 hours ago?
Yeah. When
the Deeside Dragons 2 lost to Sutton Sting 9-0. They are back out here in this one to take on the Hawks. We haven't basically picked favourites all weekend because I don't feel like it's the right thing to do. But you look at this roster for Blackburn, the one they've assembled, and I do struggle to see a way in which they can't just grind out this win.
It is a struggle to look past them and see a way that this Deeside lineup can grind that one out against them. But that's the thing about playoff hockey. It throws up weird results from time to time that you would not. I mean, we saw it earlier. We would never have expected an 18-goal South 2 final between Guildford and Phantoms. So there is quality on this Deeside roster that could allow them to pull it off. But yeah, that Hawks roster is stacked with so much talent that has played at the elite level, the national level, the LBPL, and it is difficult to see past how you can't pick them as the team that are going on from this at the moment.
So we've got some awards. One was a holdover from the North 2 game. North 2 Coach of the Year, Tom Revis, wins for the Austrian Racers. Now North 1 Coach of the Year goes to Jason Silverthorne of the Telford Tigers 2. We'll have Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year from North 1.
Fully deserved for Silverthorne, moving his team up into Division 1 this year, making the Cup final, finishing about, I think it was about 4th or 5th in the table.
This is just Player of the Year for North 1, and that goes to Jake Witkowski. I think when you have someone who breaks the record for most points in the season, you can't really argue.
Which was, I believe, was set last year by
Jason. The 2018. Right, we're back with you shortly. 1 minute's time following the national anthem. Game 7 follows shortly. Starting netminders for both sides. Firstly, for the designated home side, the Blackburn Hawks. Harrison Walker starts in net. Regular season played 28-0-0-4 on the year. A .923 save percentage, 2.48 goals against average in 1,840 minutes in the crease. That includes 3 shutouts. For the designated visitors, the Deeside Dragons, Tyler Delabatouche, 18-2-0-6 on the year. An .897 save percentage, 3.35 goals against average in 1,520 minutes increase, 2 shutouts included in that time. So 6 times these teams have met so far this year, 4 in the league, 2 in the cup semi-final, and they are even. This one is to decide who walks away with the last trophy of this North 1 season. The winners go to tomorrow and will face either the Slough Jets or the Streatham Redhawks in our last game of Championship Saturday. So we're almost ready to go. Wait for the teams to get So, running a little late, about half an hour behind schedule. Still an improvement on last year.
Yeah, last year, well, at this point, I think we were at least 2 hours behind schedule.
Well, they've gotten underway. And Hawks win the opening draw. Zajac fired in. Mayo is there at back end. That one dangerously flew the painted there in front of Della Batouche. I can't lie, this is the game I've been looking forward to all season. I've said I've wanted this to be the final, and Zajac chips that one up into the netting.
I can't lie either. I've been very much looking forward to seeing Witkowski and Cromie, because there's, you know, being down in South 1, you only really hear about what's happening in North 1, except what you may see on social media, so I'm very excited to see the two of them together.
Funny it was for NIHL North updates, who actually keeps us up to date with those things. Played ahead, Dickinson collects below the goal line. Two Hawks for company, finds Cromie. Witkowski lets that one roll through. The Hawks will collect. McKinney comes up the near side. Zajac at speed. Kennedy tries to play the body. More of a glancing blow, but enough to put Zajac off the park. Crowley driving through centre. Can be pushed wide. Round the glass it goes. Keeps that in the zone. McKinney. Dumped in. Thomas is there. Thomas given back to the Dragons from the MK Lightning. It's been on the two-way as that one is turnover. Riddick. Nice Charnock. Right at the top of the zone, Charnock. Looking for an option. Comes the final through. Eventually does trickle its way to a teammate. Brammer. Shot blocked. Over to Streetley. Keep it moving into neutral ice.
I think Edwards thought it had bounced the opposite direction there. Wasn't sure where it was.
Royds drops into the corner. Carried out the zone. Charnock finds Brammer. Bang at the back. Dumped in. Hawks will go and get a change in. Jones is there for the Dragons. Now roll through. Hayek icing waved off. He seems to have been able to play the puck.
Deeside at the moment using a very, very high forecheck. They are there with the active stick, making the deflections and the poke checks on the way through in the neutral zone at the moment.
Turned over. Thompson. Looks up, waits a man, going to the crease. Hullaby is there. Della Batouche had no idea where the puck was. It was sat the opposite side of him. The Dragons escape 5 and a line out the zone. Jones pokes off the end of his stick, and that will roll through to Walker. He will cover up. And that's the first stoppage of play.
I think based on the way he was oriented and the way he was looking, Della Batouche thought it had gone to the opposite corner that it did.
Face off to Walker's right once he's just ready. He's quick check of the mask. Kenny wins the draw. Streetley to head. Again, I must say, Mel Percival and Daniel Svadievs out for their second final of the afternoon. Svadievs sends James away. Right around the ball to Dickinson there. Gets it away from one. Percival chips it around Pollitt. Should cover the puck. Zajac tries to find Barnes through centre, but it's on goal, so no icing. James gets the centre ice line, carries it himself. Drops it off for Witkowski. Witkowski from range, saved by Walker. James snatches at the chance, under pressure as well. Mayo, about to be on. Dickinson winds, fires that one wide. Witkowski again, shot short side. Dickinson, over to Mayo. Off the puck by Zajac. That's a real chance for the Dragons. That one banked off the skate of Witkowski. Bobbling puck across the ice. Kennedy fired in. Witkowski shot, kicked aside by Walker. Kennedy to the front of the net. Zajac, a good job not encroaching it. Stick down for the redirect. Kennedy in the corner to Witkowski. Cuts to the front. And the man who can't stop scoring gets another one. 4:49, time to go.
Dragons try it once, it doesn't work. They try it twice, it doesn't work. On the third try, Witkowski goes to the net, gets a deflection, and it's into the bottom corner.
Jake Witkowski with goal number 6 of this playoff run. And goal number 6 against the Hawks in all the games. Record top goal scorer for the Hawks against the Dragons is Andy McKinney. He was also on 5 heading into this game. I don't think he will stay on 5 for very long. The Hawks need to weather the storm and work out the puzzle at this point. Thomas, that will help with a blown tyre behind the goal. Riddick to Royds. Work from Royds to get the puck back. Comes ahead, Thomas. Turnover and a penalty called. The Hawks will head to the man advantage.
It's hooking.
Hooking is the call at 5:34, and it's Matt Wainwright taking a seat in the box.
And we've had the goal confirmed, so scored at 4:49 by number 86, Jake Witkowski, assisted by number 55, Ross Kennedy, and a further assist to number 61, Jared Dickinson. And that was an even-handed goal at 4:49.
Hawks on the power play this year, 31 goals and 108 attempts, 28.70 success rates. Dragons on a penalty kill gave up 33 goals and 80% success rate. Active power play goal leader for the Hawks, Adam Barnes with 7.
Look which
Hawks
there
got 5 of those goals against the Dragons, 23.81 success rate in the 6 games these times have met.
Look which there, just firing high and wide up from the point.
Stretch pass finds Roy's. Hawks into the zone once more. Lutovic forces the save out of Della Batouche.
What the Dragons napping at there, they're on the back check. There's a little bit of afters behind the play.
Adam Barnes very much playing buckaroo with Ross Kennedy there. But through centre, Kennedy tries to level him. If he'd have connected with that, that would have been...
I think that would have been a charging call.
I mean, it would have been at least that charging call.
He definitely left his feet.
That was lined up from a mile out. Offside call on the Hawks. 1:10 left on the Wainwright minor. As the Rick announcer did a very good job pre-game of checking to see who was here, and Blackburn were not well received by the combined efforts of Deeside and Billingham below us here in the gantry. So we know who the good fans of the Stars are supporting today.
Well, we can remember from last year the noise that came out of that Stars section all weekend. You combine it with the noise that's currently being made by the Deeside fans who are directly beneath us.
Yes, as you can tell by the Welsh flag just off to the camera right here. Brammer will go and collect with 40 seconds left on the man advantage for the Hawks. Charnock evades Dickinson. Good work from the Hawks forward. Drops off, no one there. Overcommitting Streetley, just trailing the play a little too much. That pass splits the pair. Pollitt. And ahead to Hayek and cleared.
The Hawks are getting the puck in at speed on these rushes, but they're not getting the support in at the same time.
15 seconds left before Wainwright rejoins the game. Chip and chase from cross. Let's get there first. Cleared again. Pollitt just can't keep that in the blue line. That will do it for the first power play of the game for the Hawks. Dragons back to full strength.
Wainwright back into the play.
Hello. Favourable bounce. Taken away by Barry. Walks the other way. Hullaby. Move forward to Thompson. Evades the hit from Harper. Can't get back on the puck though. Harper to Edwards. Will have to do it on his own. Help coming. Edwards waits at the boards. Finds the man through centre. Back to Edwards. Tries to get it back across the zone. Clear.
So it's very much what we were seeing from Deeside 2 earlier. They're using that high man, getting it across the blue line. The difference here is that, unlike Deeside 2, there's actually the man going with on the opposite wing, trying to provide, or in the middle, trying to provide that support that we didn't really see Deeside 2 giving their higher forecheckers.
I suppose it's a good sight as well because it shows that there is unity between the teams. They're playing the same kind of style, the same game plan, so that people like Nert Percival and Daniel Fadios, who have played in both games, can make that transition across both sides.
Yeah. Ideally, that is what you want from a farm setup kind of organisational perspective. You want both sides to be able to. You want both sides to be able to play the same game, so that players transition flawlessly between the two.
We'll see more of that in our next game as well. Fadios with a shot off the glass. Walker covers up. 11:35 on the clock. Hawks end up to get a line change in. Face off to Walker's left. James wins it. Fadiev's shot in and out the glove of Walker. Luckily it bounces wide. Snaps goalwards by the young Dragon. Coast to coast. Adam Barnes the other way. Barnes tied up by Jones and puts it over.
One man, besides Jake Witkowski on this ice, that you do not want to see on a one-on-one with your goalie on a breakaway.
Penalty coming on the Hawks once again. Interference, the call. 8:54 time of the penalty.
Yes, it's going to be against Sam Warnock.
It's going to be
sorry, no, sorry, it's Man McKinney. Yep. I got my 8 and my 1 mixed up.
Dragons on the power play for the first time tonight. 50 for 167 on the power play, 29.94 success rate. Hawks on the penalty goal gave up 16 goals all year, 85.84 success rate. And you don't need to be a genius to work out who the top power play goal scorer was for the Deeside Dragons. Everyone at home said with me, it was
Jake Witkowski.
Thank you. Dragons scored 7 of those goals against the Hawks, 19.44 success rate, just slightly under what they were doing against every other team. See why when they can load it up like this. 3 men in front as that one is fired wide. Dickinson can't go and get it. This is the danger. 2-on-1 the other way. Royds back to Charnock. Can the Hawks tie it up? Charnock has to go on the backhand, and that one is flipped wide.
Bertouche just gets the pad in there now, and Witkowski will take it the other way down the wing.
Sajak. Straight to Witkowski along the half wall. Shot redirected wide. Kennedy. Can't beat the Hawk, and they will clear. 1 minute left on the man advantage for the Dragons. Kennedy, neutral ice. Coasts into the zone. Kennedy goes to the shot, that one blocked. And again, Dickinson can't keep that one in. The Dragons will be forced back.
I think they're getting a reset here.
You get a few changes in. We'll have 30 seconds before McKinney rejoins the game.
I think that. Witkowski has now switched sides. He's on this side now as opposed to the other side.
Hawks did score 10 short-handed goals. And this could be why. Lutwich is away off the misplay. Jacob Lutwich Tyler Delabatu says no. Dragons the other way. Dumped in. That will do for the man advantage as McKinney rejoins the game. 2 breakaways short-handed there for the Hawks on that power play. They're going to get chances.
And that's going to be something the Dragons are going to need to work on for the rest of this game, because you cannot give this particular roster that kind of breakaway opportunity on the regular.
You only get so many lives. Barlow can't get that away from Thompson. Scrabbling puck. Clancy cycled down low. James with the stick lift. Rolls through. Hawks carrying out the zone. McKinney holds off his man. Keeps it in. Hayek. Low to goal line. Can't get under control. And Delabatuche will dive on the puck. 8:22 remaining in period number 1.
Just took a bit of a weird bounce on the clearance that sent it right back into the path of a waiting Charnock.
Teams take the opportunity to get changes in. Face up to the right of Delabatuche. Away by Jones. Dangerous area to be playing with the puck. Dragons take away Fadievs. Tries to get it past Hullaby. Fadievs throwing ahead. Percival bats it on. He'll get there ahead of Barry. And he knows this route very well, Tom Barry. Former Steel Dog, as does Jack Brammer. Jones. The blue line, off the body of Percival on that occasion.
Liam Charnock this as well, isn't
Liam Charnock is also from Steel Dog. Lots of them in his Dragons Hawks side. Icing waved off. Jones. Just out of the reach of Fadievs. Zajac there. Offside would have been called, so they have to leave it. Cross-ice pass kicked ahead by Fadievs. Icing waved off. Zajac. Barlow the other way. Shot deflected wide. Riddick looks up, finds Charnock. Kowski on the back check. Dispossesses the man. Puts it in the space. Cromie tied up by a lines person. And really opening up as Dickinson fires that one up ice. And icing called as Kennedy can't get anything on to it. 6:37 remaining.
A little bit optimistic there, trying to get it to Kennedy on that dump in. But game's definitely opening up. Blackburn finding ways to get into it. Now they just need to convert, but at the same time, Deeside really need to find a way to get out of the neutral zone and get some sustained pressure. Because that one goal on the board is not going to hold forever, I don't think, in this game.
Kennedy is the head. Tries to get around Brammer. Cromie is there. Save from Walker. Good save from Walker. Dickinson. Again, Kennedy. That one, McKennedy tried to kick that one rather obviously. Walker already going to his right, able to stick his leg back out the other way. Stop that one. So icing is called.
It's one of those situations where the guy is in front of the net, but it's on his offside or he's in the wrong facing position. You're right. If he tried to kick that, it wouldn't have counted.
Dragons with the draw again. Witkowski. Bobbling puck. Battle for it. Streetly able to direct it away from the danger area, at least for the time being. Witkowski back high to the blue line. Across to Dickinson. No, it's been called offside. From here it looked close.
I think it was just on the line.
I thought it was still on the line, but the official has a better view of it than we do up here. So offside called. Obviously, it will just go into the neutral zone. Kinney wins the draw. Cycled across to Brammer. Lovely stretch pass. Cross ice. Finds a man in space. Shot directed away from goal. McKinney. That'll disrupt play. Barnes. Down low to McKinney. Tries to go back to Barnes. Broken up by a stick in front. McKinney dishing the goals off. Thomas in the corner. Brings it away. Cross ice pass picked off by Barnes. Into the zone once more. Adam Barnes tries to get his way through bodies. No joy on that occasion. Edwards gets the zone. Going around the boards. Walks clear. Edwards. One man to beat and cross. Barry will help his D partner out. Hayek clears the zone. Thomas fires one into the far corner. Cross sidesteps Barlow and the Hawks the other way. 3-on-3. Thompson dropped off for Hayek. Hayek calls his own number. The shot blocked in front. Holloway down low. Cross. Tight angle shot. That one is saved by Delabatouche. 4:17 remaining in the first.
I was just thinking, we saw there an extended period of play where Deeside, they had a fair amount of possession, but they didn't really do much with it, and then that's led to Blackburn here being able to catch them a little bit on the counter and force that opportunity out from the half boards.
Zajac plays on ahead. Cross pass. Icing is signalled. It's going to be washed out though as Pollitt is back there. Charnock off the near side wall. Royds gets away from James. He's not going to get away from Harper. Knew the contact was coming. Shouts in front. The Hawks think they've scored. Well, we're going to have a conversation here.
Well, the puck is in the net. Bodies. That
was such a bang-bang play. We couldn't really call anything up here.
Bodies flying everywhere. Net goes off.
We're going to see what the decision's made here.
So there's a hit in the corner. Puck comes to the front of the net. It bounces towards the front of the net, and I think as it goes in as the net is moving off after Delabertouche makes contact with
Obviously,
the
we've got the benefit up here of a replay. They don't down there. It might be worth the conversation with the goal judge, but those are very rare nowadays.
There is no VAR in NIHL1.
Goal given. I think that's the right call in the end. They've got the call right on the night. 16-10. We're back in it, and after all those gilt-edged chances with the Hawks, it's just one getting down and dirty and gritty and getting it in.
Well, sometimes it doesn't matter how pretty it looks. You've just got to find a way to get one into the net somehow.
The Dragons will protest it.
Have you ever known a referee to change their mind after they've given goal?
We'll give you confirmation of that goal as soon as we can. Obviously, they've got to try and work out who the scorer was. But we'll fill you in when we can. 1-1 tie game with 3:50 to go. Zajac, stretch pass tipped ahead by Barnes. Mayo is there. Takes a hit from McKinney for his troubles. Barnes, left for Lutwich. Shot from the blue line. Hits the body in front.
I think it hit Barnes.
That is going to be such an energy booster for the Hawks, that goal. So we're still waiting confirmation on it. Witkowski. Carried on ahead. Jake Witkowski with a shot. That one's off the Hawk on Walker's chest, and he'll hold on. 3:10 remains in the first.
Hawks doing what you need to do with Witkowski, though. Forcing him out wide, making him take that shot from a tough angle. So, in-ring PA just announcing that we will have details shortly on the Blackburn goal.
Bring them to you as soon as we can. Brammer. Thrown on ahead. Dickinson is there to collect. Cromie will move it further up ice. Brammer with Kennedy closing down. Slow motion hit there from Ross Kennedy. Witkowski goals. No one there in the red shirt really. Hullaby trying to release Hayek, and that one's just behind him. Delabatush able to push it aside. Witkowski ahead. Streetley. Still with it, Bobby Streetley tied up and finally cleared by Cromie. Dickinson. Pushed ahead, Witkowski. Cutting inside and out, trying to make Matt Cross dizzy, but he didn't bite, and Cross able to force him out the zone. Thrown on ahead. Hawks with the puck, Riddick. Can't clear the zone, Wainwright. Fired back towards Witkowski, rolls off the end of the stick. Fired up in the air, Witkowski grabs it down, round the balls. Edwards will rotate round to collect the puck. Tries to return to sender, jumped on, but still Barlow battles for it. Barlow in front, and over pass to no one. Barlow. Shot blocked, Wainwright. Dragons scared to have a shot at the moment by the looks of it.
I think it's just the light. There's just somebody in a Blackburn jersey in every lane at the moment.
Wainwright finally gets one on the net. Saved by Walker. 1:14 remaining in the first.
That's more just to try and get the face off, calm things down, because it wasn't so much that they seemed to be afraid to shoot, but every time they tried to get a shot, there was a shot blocker there. That's the one time I think on that play where you could see a clear passage towards the net. Unfortunately, at the same time, that meant Harrison Walker had a clear line of sight on the puck.
Just for those watching at home, don't be worried, it is 1-all. The game clock you're seeing on screen is linked up to the game sheet we have downstairs, as we don't have a goal given yet. It doesn't appear on the screen, we don't have a goal scorer, but rest assured it is 1-1. Nothing dodgy has gone on so far, just we're waiting for a number. Zajac. Down to the final minutes of the first period. Lutwich helps it on its way. Thomas and Barnes able to get away. Barnes in front. Lutwich again on the backhand. Wide of Delabatush's left-hand post. Thomas brings it away. Zajac off the backboards. Lutwich. Cutting inside, sticks in the lane. Dragons clear again, Clancy. Moves on ahead and loses out to Pollitt. Barnes. Cross to Lutwich once more. In front, McKinney on the redirect. That one over the bar again. Barnes. Time running down, redirected that one, not kept in at the blue line. It just split the deep end. Zajac turns, fires. That will do it for the first period. After 20 minutes of this one, we are tied at 1-1, and Chris, the Dragons got on the board early. A lot of puck possession, but as you say, Hawks, shot blockers in lanes, blocking everything, getting a lot of chances on their own. The Dragons can be thankful that we haven't had more goals past Tyler Delabatush.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of grade A chances.
Yeah, they've had a lot of grade A chances. The Hawks have have not really been clinical with their finishing. They've been firing too high and too far and too wide, and then it just speaks to it that the one goal that they do have at the moment takes a weird bounce on the way in and just sneaks past. And at the moment, I believe we still don't.
Still don't have a goal scorer for it. That'll come. Well, hopefully, we've got a period break now. We can try and work it out, and we'll get that back to you as and when we can.
Yes, we can send messages to people and ask, you know what's going on.
You've got enough time to go get yourself some drinks. We'll be back with you in about 12 minutes' time with the second period. It's Blackburn Hawks 1, Deeside Dragons 1. We'll see you in a bit.
The current 50-50 prize is £390. If you want to make that pot bigger and maybe take home a bigger pot, be in it to win it. The 50-50 tickets on sale at the top of the stairs, just by the entrance by the road stand. Get your 50-50 tickets. There's still plenty of time. The more you buy, the better you can prize me. So we have the details of the Blackburn goal. It was scored by number 28, James Riddick. Assisted 23, Liam Chapman at 16 minutes 10 seconds. So goal one for Blackburn, scored 28 from 23 at 16 and 10. just a reminder announcement for Harley from NIHL North Updates. It was his birthday this week. Happy 20th to Harley, and thank you for all the work on NIHL Updates. $50-50 pot is still growing, £420 now. Let's make it a bit bigger. Someone could go home with a nice tiny box in their pocket.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second period of this NIHL North 1 playoff final. Whereas the Blackburn Hawks won, Deeside Dragons won. We can do the housekeeping bits for you straight away. The Hawks goal timed at 16:10, scored by James Riddick, assisted by Liam Charnock. Finally got that sorted, as you can tell by the fact it says 1-1 on the scoreboard. And shots on goal in the first period, there were 12 on Tyler Delabatouche, 7 on Harrison Walker. And Chris, in the nicest possible way of saying, and after the first two games we've seen today, it's nice to see a game that's competitive.
Yes, it's been very nice to see a very even-keeled, competitive back-and-forth game here. Deeside will feel that might feel that they should have done more with the possession they had throughout that period, and Blackburn will definitely feel that they should have more on the board, considering they had two pretty much breakaway chances, one-on-one with Tyler Delabatouche, and at least 2 or 3 other fairly good chances. But they will also be happy that they are at least on the board.
And that is the thing, they're on the board, they got it back level. You could argue they should be ahead, generating a lot of chances. The Dragons, it felt towards the back end of that period, they were more trying to set up the perfect shot rather than trying to get a greasy one, which the Hawks did, and it paid off for them.
Well, this is ultimately always the thing. As I said, I always say, it doesn't matter how you score them, so long as you score them. And the thing is, what the Hawks were doing really, really well in that last period was they've obviously identified, as we said, Jake Witkowski is the danger man. So they were continuously driving him further and further outside to the boards, making him take shots from range and not letting him get down the centre and getting really close where he can get dialed in. And they've pretty much silenced Cromie during that period as well.
Yeah, the Hawks have done a very good job of nullifying that top line, apart from that one moment where Witkowski managed to get goal side and redirect one home. The Hawks, again, I said it earlier, they've got to solve the puzzle. They're struggling at times to get through this Deeside team, but when they do get grade A chances, they're not taking them so far.
Yes, but the thing is as well that I'm already noticing is there's obviously a difference in the length of the two benches here. Deeside don't have the same level of depth on their bench that Blackburn do, and you can see Deeside are at times having to double shift that first line with Witkowski. He was out there for what seemed like at least a minute on an offensive run at one point.
This is going to be the thing, can the Hawks just roll lines and try and grind them down? Start this second period, a little bit ahead to McKinney. Delabatouche has next to play it, and keep it moving. Barnes around the boards. Mayo's there. Dickinson. Mayo head into the zone. Much like the start of the first period, it's a little bit trying to feel each other out again. Who's made the adjustments? The adjustment is going to be the Hawks going back on the power play.
Well, I would suspect that's going to be an interference call or a holding penalty. Slashing. Okay.
20:43 the time of the call. We'll just start the second period with an early power play.
And it is going to go to Dickinson. So here we'll sit 2 minutes for Slashing.
second opportunity for the Hawks. Dragons, I must say as well, weren't slouches themselves. Short-handed, they had 9 of their own. And again, so long as you know the words, the most goals on short-handed for the Dragons were scored by
Jake Witkowski.
He had 8 of them. Matt Wainwright finds Witkowski.
I'm going to be waiting for this entire game for you to get me to do that and then reveal it's a trap and it's going to be Cromie or somebody else.
Oh, don't put thoughts in my head. Witkowski goes back as the Dragons look to kill time. Wainwright doesn't find Witkowski. Brammer has to wait for the man to get back on side and does. Thrown cross ice. Pollitt disarms Wainwright. Lee Pollitt with a chance in front. Delabatush makes the save. Hayek back high. Thrown down low and no one there. Cleared as far as Brammer at the blue line. 1 minute remaining on the Dickinson minor. Jarnik back to Brammer. He'll step in. Brammer with a shot that's blocked. The Dragons will go the other way. Witkowski charging through centre, but it's Clancy on the puck. Draws a man wide. Clancy shot from a tight angle. That's no trouble for Harrison Walker. Hawks the other way as they change forwards. Carried into the zone. Ripped around the boards. McKinney will have to collect.
There's good coverage there by the Hawks back checkers though to close out Witkowski and make sure that Clancy couldn't get that puck through the middle.
Barnes into the high slot. Puck back to Zajac. Redirected away from its intended target. Harper plays the body on Barnes and then gets trucked for his troubles and will draw a penalty.
I would assume boarding.
No cross-checking on Andy McKinney, on James Royds, sorry, 66 on the arm piece. James Royds will sit 2 for cross-checking, by 4 and 4 for 16 seconds. Dragons will now have a chance as we behind the play have Andy McKinney skating rather gingerly back to the Hawks bench. So 4 and 4 for 16 seconds. Dickinson will be out in the box shortly. Dragons making sure they get the right personnel on the ice. Witkowski wins the draw. Mayer.
I feel the Dragons here, it's going to be keep the puck in this zone for those 16 seconds. Do not let it get across that blue line.
Zajac is going to try and cancel out Witkowski. Dickinson returns to the game. Back on a man advantage for 1 minute and 40 now. Crime goes back to Mayer. Dickinson. Witkowski over on the far side. Looks at the pass. Barlow sneaking in. Barlow shot, save Walker and cleared on the rebound. Hawks the other way, 2-on-1. We said short-handed goals. Barnes calls his own number. Delabatush makes the save. Which was there on the back door. Still passing lane there. Getting really one opportunity.
For a second there, it looked like Barnes was going to pull up, make the pass across the Lutwich on the 2-on-1. But at the other end, Witkowski there pulling the strings, making room out by the half boards, and then moving it into the high slot area. But Walker had it scouted.
Dragons giving a warning off the face-off. Come away with the puck anyway. Witkowski, who has quite literally been out for the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds of this period. Kennedy. Down low. Zajac plays the body. The puck trickles around to Witkowski. Witkowski to the front of the net. Scrabbling puck. Kept away from goals. The goal comes off. And a penalty called on the Dragons. No, on the Hawks. Which way is it going?
I think it's going to be delay of game.
It's the Hawks. Delay of game is called.
So I would assume that's for the net being moved off.
Yeah. It will be 5-on-3. Tom Barry, I think, is who's gone to the box.
I think we could probably put that in the category, though, of professional foul, in that if you don't do that in that scenario, the puck is potentially going in.
Barry, 2 for delay again, 5-on-3 for 49 seconds. big moment in this playoff final right here, early in the second. Dickinson. Move round to Witkowski. Back to Witkowski again. Not a lot of player movement here. Cromie, Witkowski again. That lane closed off once again. Cromie down low, back across the backside, and Edwards couldn't get hold of it. Also skated up ice, thrown ahead. 15 seconds left before Royds rejoins the game. We're back to 5-on-4. Cromie in the corner. Dickinson, play, reset everything. Royds rejoins the game. 5-on-4 for a minute 10. Thrown into the corner. Royds will get there ahead of Witkowski and clear the zone. Witkowski. Steaming ahead, Jake Witkowski on the wraparound attempt. Broken up brilliantly well there by Bobby Streetley. Looks clear once more. 40 seconds remaining on the Barry Minor.
I think Dragons will be ruining the fact that they didn't make as much use of the space that they were given on that 5-on-3, because Hawks right now just seem to have the lanes completely closed up.
Kennedy carrying his head into the zone. Kept in for a second by Dickinson. Breakaway chance for the Hawks. Liam Charnock one-on-one. Surely it's got to go this time. Delabatuche makes another save. Dragons again, Witkowski. 10 seconds left on the minor. Back to Witkowski. Finds Edwards. Barlow stick lifted. Kennedy with a chance. Save Walker. And the Hawks survive and are back to full strength. Dickinson gives it to Barry. Into the zone. Charnock winds. Finds Barry in front of the net. Delabatuche knocks the goal off, and I think that's the first time tonight that the right-hand goal has gone off.
I think we might be getting a penalty for that as well.
The Hawks definitely want one.
The referee's arm went up.
No, I think it's just about to get line changes in. The Hawks wanted one. 5:57 gone in the second. And again, the Hawks are getting chances. They need to convert one of them.
I think, again, it's just trying to drag it across the front of Delabatuche, but Delabatuche just able to get that pad out the front as a...
Another chance, look, which again forces the save out of Delabatuche. Streetley, fired towards goal, kicked aside. Thomas will have to go collect the puck. Brammer coming. Does enough to make a pull out of the challenge. Barlow ahead, Streetley rotates around and collects the puck. So it's a bit frenetic, stretch pass. Hawks carried on ahead. Look, which again, just tied up, too many bodies in the way, can't get a shot away.
It almost is like the Hawks' game plan at the moment is generate these turnovers and get break opportunities.
Dumped in by Cromie. Barry is there. Both teams sort of stuck halfway through line changes at the moment. Dumped up ice. Tipped ahead. Icing waved off. Thomas will have to go collect. McKinney going to cut the angle down. Barry tried to glove that one down. I think it's hit off him and onto the netting. So it'll stay inside the Dragons' D zone.
Very much been these opening 7 minutes have very much been back and forth. There's no team is really fully settled into sustained pressure inside either zone at the moment. Even on that power play, we saw the 2 breakaway opportunities.
Back fired down low. Collects it in front. Holby. Finds cross at the blue line. Turn serve. Holby, man in front. Hayek That one jumped on by Harper, bouncing puck, and it hits the man at the back door. The Hawks finally capitalise on a chance. And I'd love to tell you who scored, but there's a Welsh flag in the way. I think it's Charlie Thompson.
I believe
for 2-1 at 27:19.
I believe it is Charlie Thompson, but again, they convert from chaos around the net. Delabertouche makes an initial save, it bobbles free, and then what we think is Charlie Thompson is there just to shovel it over the line on the rebound.
The Hawks fans across the ice from this, loving that one. You can't say they don't deserve it. Just the sheer number of chances they've generated in this first 27 minutes. This game is far from done though. Witkowski cuts in, shot off the stick of Walker and into the netting.
Yep, so we have it confirmed. Charlie Thompson, number 81, is the goal scorer at 27:19. Assisted by Jakub Hajek and number 9, Matthew Cross.
27 minutes, 19 seconds. Goal team for Blackburn score. 81 from 12.
Not to switch off now. Cromie. Snapshot towards goal, saved by Walker. Witkowski fired across the front of goal. Hawks skates it the other way. Charnock looks for an option. Pollock turned over. Cromie has to go himself. Witkowski with space. Kennedy snipes it through Walker, and we're back level just like that. 28 minutes exactly.
And even though he didn't get the finishing touch on this, and he's going to be involved in everything, Witkowski there dummies the Hawks defense. They're so focused on him that they don't see Kennedy coming in on the trail.
Through bodies as well, the key aspect of that for Ross Kennedy.
I mean, look at it. They managed to move both defensemen into a screen, so Walker cannot see it coming.
Back level again. Dragons once more. Edwards will just throw one towards goal. Walker crunches it. Dragons fans turn to make some noise.
And so, just got it confirmed. So at 28 minutes, goal scored by 55, Ross Kennedy. Assist by Jake Witkowski, number 86, and a further assist to number 14, Colin Cromie.
And 14, Colin Cromie at 28 minutes.
Thomas, pressure from Brammer. Barlow, under pressure from Barnes. Barlow ahead, looks for an option. Chance on the back door, Reece Edwards is there! 2 in quick succession for the Dragons. 28-30.
Again, it's another 3-man rush. Down one side, they've been trying this all game with this cross through the crease, and this time it pays off. The last 2 goals of the Dragons showed that when they're attacking speed, Hawks maybe not really anticipating it very well so far. Especially the way they started in that first period of trying to set up the perfect shot. I mean, again, I don't think the Hawks defense were expecting the man at the back.
That's Hullaby the other way! It's a goal bonanza! Dylan Hullaby lets the Dragons fans know as he barrels his way towards net. 7 seconds the Dragons led for. Dylan Hullaby off the draw, just powering his way to net.
Just finds it.
Gets the pass and rips it.
While all that was going on, we have had it confirmed on the score sheet. So first off, at 28:30, goal for the Dragons. So that's Reece Edwards, number 5, assisted by number 39, Matt Barlow, and number 33, Michael Clancy.
Everyone breathe quickly. You haven't got long.
Yeah.
Dickinson, shot towards goal, Walker makes the save.
And then 7 seconds later at 28:37, goal for Blackburn, scored by 37 Dylan Hillaby, assist to number 81 Charles Thompson, and another further assist to Jakub Hayek.
4 goals, 78 seconds.
Defense is an abstract concept.
Why defend when you can not defend? I swear if he copyright claims me, we're in trouble. Mayo, under pressure from Riddick, finds an outlet. Possible case for offsides, and thrown back across the zone. Mayo keeps it in, Riddick with the block there, Mayo with his own. Kennedy, turned over. Lawrence tries to get through Dickinson, no joy on that occasion. Trying to catch their breath at the moment. I don't blame them.
I think as well a little bit here. They're just struggling to find an outlet right now.
Hey, we'll try and get through Riddick. No joy. Clear the zone. Now again. Trying ahead. No one in a red shirt. On the left. Riddick tied up with Witkowski. Push forward. Almost first to loose puck. Pollitt backhanded up ice. Dickinson intercepts. Chips it round Streetley. That's a joy with Pollitt, but Witkowski is there to help. Witkowski to the front of the net. Walker saw it coming, had to get that perfect and does. 9:20 remaining in the second.
I was just looking at the clock and thinking, we're just only about halfway through this, and it's 3-3 already.
That's off the 2 Walkers, right? Zajac is there first. Cycled round. Just can't break out just yet. They will now. Barnes wheels himself. Tries to cut inside. Tries to go through bodies. Hannah Barnes does a fantastic job there. Just can't get the shot away. Barlow away from Barry. Now Barlow can't get it through Brammer. Thomas, dispossessed. Barnes, lovely. This is 2-on-1. Adam Barnes shoots again, saved by Delavatouche. Just maybe he should have gone to his partner there and taken a look on the other side.
I think so, but you know Adam Barnes, he will shoot first every single time. And he is the last player as a goalie you want to see bearing down on you like that, but considering the goal that Batusha allowed in, it'll be good for his confidence to get a save in like that.
Walks from the draw. Barry from the blue line towards goal. Looking for Hullaby on the back door. No joy on that occasion, but he's able to bounce Cromie off him. To the front of the net, that one avoids everyone. Barry at the blue line once again. Looks for an option, thrown goalwards, redirected in front. Down low, Hayek. And turned over. Dickinson out the zone, broken up by Hullaby, but bounce back to Dickinson. Dickinson somehow getting through everyone. Zajac loses out. Cromie keeps the puck moving. Dragons again. Kennedy ghosting in on the back doorstep. Cromie maybe got in the way there as the box really did close in.
I think had that been converted, there would have been, I think Blackburn would have been justified in their calls for a penalty on the play.
Mayo in the corner. And as far as Hullaby. Cycled down low. Hayek coming in. Brammer with a shot. That one wide. Bounce all the way back over the goal. Dragons alert to it and clear the zone.
Worst possible bounce that puck could have taken right down into the slot area in front of Della Batouche.
Barlow the other way. 4 white shirts of company.
Dragons are just in the middle of a change there, I think.
Brammer. Ahead to Riddick. Riddick snaps a shot, blocked by Jones. Passes into no man's land. Edwards will skate it the other way. Edwards cutting in through centre, shot in and out the glove of Walker. Rebound for Clancy. Brilliant block there from Jack Brammer.
Brilliant block there from the Blackburn defence, just throwing everything on the line to block that shot.
Harper is clipped by Brammer, and that one is going to be called, and it's going to be 2 minutes for kneeing on Jack Brammer. 33-36. Dragons will head to the man advantage, and we'll have...
Barlow's having words with...
Not very well received there.
Brammer ends up in the box. Deeside here, it's the key on this power play is going to be don't mirror what happened the last time around, which was get a few seconds in, take a penalty, and allow Blackburn to get back to even strength.
Well, I don't think they had the opportunity. The Dragons are taking a penalty as well. Will Harper is going to sit for 2 minutes as well.
He finds it rather funny.
Bring you those calls when we can.
Yep.
Only 1 on the clock so far.
I shall begin refreshing the web page.
Bear with everyone. It looks like it has just been taken down to coincidental, so we'll stay 5 on 5. He's given a warning off the draw once more. Winkowski wins it. Noses out on the puck to Barnes. Kennedy stops the man in his tracks. That'll draw a reaction. Barnes and Kennedy still tangled up. Still going. And referee Will Shields says, right, enough, both of you can go have a sit down. Is it still going on? Or is it just going to be Kennedy?
I think it might just be Kennedy, considering Barnes is the one whose helmet...
No, Barnes is also going as well. So we'll have more penalties to bring you shortly.
I think I'd take that as an equitable trade. You've just taken one of the most dangerous goal scorers in this game, bar Jake Winkowski, out for the next 2 minutes.
So we'll still say 5 on 5. Chris will go back to frantically refreshing the game sheet.
I mean,
some of them are definitely coming through.
The queue is obviously I normally am waiting for our in-rink PA before I. So we do have yes. So anyway. At 33-36, we had a kneeing penalty, 2 minutes for Jack Brammer, and also at 33-36, number 9 William Harper, he received 2 minutes for roughing.
Lutwich cuts aside one, drops off McKinney. Chance deflected. Della Batouche doesn't have it. Does it the second time. And again, that'll draw a crowd.
And so Adam Barnes' penalty is now on the board. So at 33-55, he also receives 2 minutes for roughing. Which means...
Ross Kennedy is probably also sitting the same.
Yes, 33-55, Ross Kennedy is sitting 2 minutes for roughing also.
Everyone can all calm down. Dickinson backhanded into the zone. Cromie will give a chase, Zajac will get there first. Wallaby helps it on its way.
Already see members of the Slough Jets and the Streatham Red Hawks gathering at either end of the arena.
final game of the day. Hopefully, we'll start after 9 o'clock, like last year.
No, it's hopefully 8 o'clock this time.
It's all going frightfully well at the moment. Royds. He's back. So that's the final 5 minutes of the second period. Chipped ahead, Hawks with it. Chance of the shot, saved Delabatouche. Pollitt. Chance in front of Riddick, can't redirect that goalwards. Chance again. Redirected wide by Charnock. Witkowski the other way. Tries to stick Adams' way through Pollitt. No joy on that occasion. Charnock the other way. Drops off to Cross. Off the balls to Riddick. Barry calling for it. That one tipped away by James. Into the zone once more. Hullaby shot off the bar. Cross corrals the rebound. Riddick wasn't expecting the pass, and that will fall to Witkowski. Thomas. Shot from a wide angle. Will go all the way outside. That is very much, or should have been a too many men call. Dragons get away with one there. Barry sidesteps Edwards. Goes it himself. Tom Barry with a shot. Blocked. Rebound. Barry again off the side netting. Edwards through centre. Chipped ahead. Walker tries to glove it down. Can't. Out of his net to play it. Wainwright. Broken up. Bobbling puck goes the Hawks' way. Hullaby tipped on ahead. He'll go in the corner with Thomas. Helped on its way out. Barlow at the blue line. Waits for help. Sidesteps one. Matt Barlow. Streetley gets back in the play and bumps him off the puck as well. Hullaby. Chipped ahead. Delabatouche blockers it into the corner. 2 minutes 40 remaining in the second. McKinney into the zone, forced wide by Jones. McKinney, entire lap now. Finally finds a man, turned and fired, penalty coming on the Dragons. Oh, Ryan Jones is going to sit 2 minutes of roughing as Andy McKinney pops the door open on that gate, receiving that hit.
He hit him so hard, it's popped the door open.
2 minutes for roughing, 37-45. Hawks with a power play just at the end of this second period.
As you said earlier, this is the worst possible time you want to take a penalty.
It was roughing, and now there's some confusion. It might be boarding, so who knows? We'll find out.
Either way, he hit him with so much force it sent the rink door open.
Hawks on the power play. Royds ripped round the ball, which is there. Across to Barnes. Barnes goals, that one wide on that occasion. Which taken away by Hullaby, runs into traffic.
Deeside Dragons number 18, Ryan Jones, 2 minutes for roughing and 37 minutes.
So 37-45. Ryan Jones, 2 minutes for roughing.
2 minutes, roughing, 37.
Zajac carrying it coast to coast. Sam Zajac, bobbling puck. Delabatouche makes the save. 1:35 left in the period, 1:21 left on a man advantage.
Something you don't want to allow Sam Zajac to do is take the centre lane like that on a ice pinch. Maybe a defenseman, but he's a dab hand at scoring goals, is Zajac.
to collect the loose puck. McKinney. Back to the blue line. Just collapsing in. That one takes the deflection up into the netting. Get changes in 53 seconds left in the James lineup. Tied up. Hands away the puck and they will just launch it up ice. Final minute of the second period as Brammer collects the puck behind his own goal. Pollitt. Cross ice finds Streetley. Charnock. That's a Brammer shot, bundle in front, and Delabatush makes the save.
Well, Hayek was about to stuff it over the line. Poor Delabatush getting bundled by his own defenseman.
Walks off the draw, Streetley. Brammer. Cross high, Hayek from the high slots, rips one on the power play, back across Delabatush, and the Hawks lead once more.
He's looked dangerous from there all afternoon. Puck finally finds him in the high slot and he just rips it.
Again, back across Delabatush is the important thing there, I feel. Nutu is right, back high over the glove. Lovely finish.
Blackburn are definitely, with a couple of these now, are definitely trying, they're moving him around. They're doing what Deeside aren't doing and haven't done on their power plays. They're moving the goalie.
Here come the Hawks once more. Lutwich, McKinney trying to get goal side, Harper there, tying him up. 20 seconds remaining. Chance again, McKinney, that one broken up once more. Edwards. I'm going to say cuddled by Lutwich.
I think he's got his stick stuck under him. Well, this is in danger of becoming a holding the stick penalty there.
Final few seconds, Harper pushes on goalwards. Walkaway saves, second chance is broken up by Barnes, and that will do it for the second period. Hayek from Barnes and Brammer on the power play. The Hawks' fourth goal. And Chris, they deserve this lead through 40 minutes.
They certainly do. As we said, at the end of the first, they weren't taking their chances. They weren't being clinical with their finish. This period, they have been clinical with every opportunity they've been given.
The Dragons by no means out of it, but I think the key thing there was they got those two quick goals by going fast. They haven't looked quite as good when they've slowed the pace down when they get in the offensive zone and trying to generate the perfect opportunity. Whether that's because of how well Blackburn are playing on this back end or just a game plan issue, it doesn't seem to be working.
Well, if you look at it this way, on those two rushes when they went at speed, where did they go? They went right down the middle. Blackburn are forcing them out wide. You cannot really go at speed out wide because you're going to run into the boards. So they are being forced basically to slow it up. And when they're being forced to slow it up, immediately those Blackburn forecheckers and backcheckers are all over them in that zone.
Hawks, you just want more of the same. We have a big 20 minutes and possibly more to come in this North 1 playoff final. After 40 minutes, it's Hawks 4, Dragons 3. We'll be back with you in about 12 minutes' time. We'll see you then.
a general announcement, ladies and gentlemen, please remember, please keep language civil, no foul language please. There has been reports of foul and abusive language. Please remember, this is a festival of hockey as well. Please keep language civil. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to the third and possibly final period of this North 1 playoff final. Through 40 minutes, the score is the Blackburn Hawks 4, the Deeside Dragons 3. This game is far, far from over.
It is far, far from over. I think, as we were saying there, we were just saying to each other during the break, if Deeside are going to find a way back into this, they need to replicate those 2-3-man rushes, going at speed, take the centre lane, because Blackburn are doing a very good job at the moment of clogging up those shooting lanes and making sure that the puck carriers are hassled whenever they get the puck down by the boards.
And like I said, the two times that system has seemingly broken so far in this game, the Dragons have scored on both opportunities. The Hawks, on the other hand, they've generated a lot of chances, and I mean a lot of chances. They just need to be a bit more clinical.
Yes, they have generated the chances. They've generated to about, I think it's about at least 4 or 5 breakaway chances during the course of this game, but they have not been clinical or finishing on any of them, and 50% of it has just been Tyler Delabatouche on those, has made some great saves, but it's also just the way those shots and chances have been taken by the players.
Well, shots on goal in the second period, there were 15 on Tyler Delabatouche, 17 on Harrison Walker in that second period as both sides return to the ice for a big 20 minutes. Don't forget, we do have overtime and then penalty shots if we are tied after 60 minutes. We also have one more game left for you tonight, which, again, as long as it doesn't go all the way to an 87-round penalty shootout, won't be here past midnight. Slough Jets versus Streatham Redhawks is our final game of playoff final Saturday. But we have the small matter first of deciding who is walking away with a North 1 double this year, the league champions or the cup champions, who is adding a playoff champion to that title list. And it's still extremely too close to call.
It is. It's a 1-goal game.
Sam Perry checking that everyone is ready. The Dragons will try to get everyone back on benches.
Also, I see Deeside's mascot has joined us.
Flame decided to turn up for the ones game, not the twos game. I feel that's favouritism of the highest order. Lutwich carries it into the zone, snaps one goalwards, and then Delabatouche falls into an early save.
That's a solid start from the Hawks. Take the zone, get the face off, force Delabatouche into an early save. Because right now their game plan is going to be going to be extend this lead out. They need to be the team, the next goal scorer on this one.
Well, against the boards, Dragon's able to clear the zone. Zajac. Ahead, Kennedy finishes his check. On the play. Ball's turned over. Barnes with a chance. Saved. Delabatouche. Rebound loose in front. Dragon's able to clear. McKinney. Which again, Barnes can't get it under control. Zajac prevents any kind of breakout.
And they will go for a change.
Dickinson. Richard Company turned over with the Brammer. Lutwich trying to get back to Brammer. Back to Lutwich. Delabatouche, a massive save.
I think that all started there as well because they were trying to release Cromie up the wall, but Cromie just couldn't get the puck.
Kowski into the zone. Taken away. Here come the Hawks once more. Good job being bumped off the puck there by Bailey Thomas. Bounce to Riddick. Taken away. Chance of Barlow. Shot deflected high into the air.
There again, going at speed, even from getting the puck into the centre lane. Chance.
Wainwright can't get it away from Riddick. Riddick shot off the shoulder of Delabatouche into the netting. Break of play, 1:48 gone in third.
So a lot of blocker saves early on in this period. The momentum pendulum definitely favouring the Hawks. They have had the Lions chances, share of the chances so far.
Share,
yes.
Shot saved by Height. Rebound back in front. Delabatouche snatching the glove at it, makes the save.
Almost going for a between the legs score there.
On ahead. Barry collects the puck. Releases Hullaby once more. Hullaby's shot. Delabatouche makes the save. Forced into another cover up.
Pardon me, sorry.
Face off to the left of Delabatouche. Seems to get line changes in. Kowski wins the draw. Pollen. That's a loose puck. Keeps it moving in the right direction for the Hawks. Run ahead. Jones is there. Kowski. To Kennedy. Cunnington to centre. Kennedy trying to draw men wide. That one broken up. McKinney on the back check, didn't give an inch of space. Here come the Hawks away. Barnes, look at your company. No, Barnes trying to get the shot and still does. Backhands it over Delabatouche's net. Cromie the other way. Finds Kennedy once again. Kennedy can't get through Lee Pollen on that occasion. Barnes stopped in his tracks by Dickinson. Kowski. Drop back to Dickinson on the blue line, cycle across. Back to Kowski. Try to find the team there in the slot, no joy. Roy's trying to chip it round Dickinson to release Charnock, but couldn't. That one up into the stands. Just under 3 minutes gone in the third.
Deeside almost slightly got away with almost breaking out the Hawks there when it was sent over towards their own bench. I think he was expecting the player who's heading to the bench to join the play.
Hawks on the draw. That will be forced back to collect the puck. Edwards applying the pressure. Loose puck, brilliant diving poke check away there from Riddick. Body on the line and clears the zone. Royds takes that away. Dumped on ahead. Barlow. Barlow through the white-shirted wall. Water goes Clancy. Just held up enough. Hawks back in play. Dickinson to the front of the net. Shot save. Walker on the redirect. And the rebound cleared by Brammer. Charnock the other way. Gets on the loose puck ahead of Mayo. Forced below the goal line. Charnock tried to get in front of the net. Delabatuche pokes it away.
Brilliant defensive awareness there by Brammer to just make sure he was in the right place to shovel that loose puck away.
Hollow shot deflected wide. That falls nicely in the path of Barry. Again, forced below the goal line. Barry still with the puck. Tom Barry, lovely move. Can't just out of the reach of Hullaby. Hullaby turns, fires, save with Delabatuche. Thomas. Fired cross ice. The bounce favourable for the Hawks. Once more, cross takes it away from Witkowski. Barlow chipped ahead. Hullaby able to hold Cromie off. Missing called and given. 5:22 gone in the third. And all the way back in front, Simon Delabatuche.
At the moment, it just looks like Hawks are happy to try and sit back, maintain this 1-goal lead. They're inviting the Dragons on a little bit. But the Dragons, not, again, they're getting the possession, but they're just not doing much with it when they get it.
Kennedy will throw it ahead. Pollock first to the loose puck. Turned over. Right towards Kennedy on the back door. Well broken up there by Zajac. Cromie spins away from Pollock. Right, pinching in off the blue line. This could spell danger. Adam Barnes ahead. Cromie frantically trying to get back. Does just enough to put Barnes off. Barnes still with it. Back to Zajac at the blue line. Work back, Barnes. Delabatuche has knocked the goal off again.
Puts it back himself.
Nope, he's knocked off on the other side as well. Kennedy, the man dripped all over him.
Moves one side, unbalances the other.
Wainwright. Pushed on ahead. Barlow there ahead of Clancy. Barlow trying his best to keep it in the zone. No joy on that occasion. Zajac will quite happily sit behind the Hawks net. Let them set the play up. Royce tipped on ahead. Just out of the reach of Lynn Charnock. That would have been lovely. Dragons the other way. Barlow. Rips one across Walker. That one wide. Not the finest moment for Bobby Streetley there. Could be even more dangerous. Michael Clancy almost getting through everything and towards goal, but recovered by the Hawks. Barlow into the zone, shot fired wide, a rebound away from Edwards. Shot on goal, saved by Walker. Hold on, 7.5 minutes gone, period number 3. The clock starting to turn into the enemy of the Dragons.
Yep, and we saw there again, as we said, they slowed up the play there on the way in, but Barlow stopping up. And it just that momentary hesitation allowed the Hawks to get everything in line to repel the attack. They were forced to then improvise, get that long-range shot in, and Walker makes the save.
One dead off the draw. Hawks given the warning.
I think ultimately, if they're going to get this fourth goal, it's going to have to be something quick. Even right now, off the face, just a quick snapshot off this face-off if Witkowski can win it clean.
Can't. It's won by Charlie Thompson in the corner with Cromie. Back out to Witkowski. Forward to Dickinson. Cross the company, and Cross dispossesses his man. Cromie there to assist. Kennedy. Across the line. Takes the reflection into the corner. Cross happily will collect that one and clear the zone. That one will be iced to come all the way back.
At the moment, Hawks, they're denying that centre lane. They're forcing the Dragons to work the outside. They're not really giving them any kind of opening in the middle to try and move the puck into.
Witkowski off the draw. Below the goal line. Brilliant work from Hayek to get that back in the way. And Kennedy tied it with a man, knocks the goal off. Luckily, not all the way on to Walker. It will result in a stoppage in play.
I didn't know Deeside fans were Ryan Watt fans.
Let's hope we can do that at home.
Yeah.
Other Watts are available. Nicky is here, doing bits of 4,000 and counting.
For anyone wondering, you can hear the you what chant coming from directly beneath.
Hopefully that's picked up by the mic we got below us, otherwise we're going to look really
otherwise
stupid. Well, more stupid than usual.
Yeah.
Barnes, the other way. One man to beat. Good work for Ethan Mayer there. Stops him in his tracks with Charlie Thompson, not giving him a moment to breathe. Dragons again, Witkowski.
Cromie just a couple of strides behind there, not in position to get the puck. As Lutwich now breaks the other way.
Lutwich into the zone. Red shirts everywhere. Forces a save out of Tyler Delabatouche. He'll hold on. 11-12 remaining.
Deeside defense closes him down, forces him to make the decision to take the shot or play it into the corner. Takes the shot. Delabatouche smothers it, and we'll get a face-off in the Deeside end. Also have to say, I very much admire the arm strength of the flag waver from Deeside. He has not stopped.
Yeah, but he's somewhat cheating. He is sat down.
Ah.
Yes, this flag you can see off to our right, it's so large that he sat down where he's not even stood up. Hawks to the front of the net, and that one rolls off the stick of Charnock before he can complete the wraparound attempt. Left down by Royds. Comes back. Ahead, Wainwright is there. Finds Thomas. Unfortunate bounce off the boards. Riddick looking for a shot. Charnock with a chance. Fired wide. Charnock. Drops off to Brammer. Cycled down low. Thomas. Breaks a little too far away. Brammer gets hold of it. Hawks again, chipped ahead cross ice. Charnock into the corner with Wainwright. He's got no help as the Hawks go on a change. Does a fantastic job of just holding it up and waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Edwards, the other way. Clancy. Fired on ahead. I feel like now the Dragons really have dropped down to just 2 lines. Fadios Percival James line has not been seen this entire third period so far.
I would not be surprised if I was to, as he is on the ice right now, if I was to see Jake Witkowski do a Carol Jets impression and try to play every minute of this remaining 9 minutes.
Hayek finds Hullaby. Evades the hit from Harper. Here's the chance. Thompson off the mask with Delabatouche. Witkowski spins away from the hit from Thompson. cross ice. Barlow into the zone. Poked away by Gross. Cromie on the loose puck. Back high shot from Jones. Walker makes a save and jumps on the second chance. He'll hold on as Chris alludes to. It's now 8:55 remaining in this third period.
8:55 and Deeside are immediately going to get the change on here. They're going to get the fresh legs on. But the danger here with this shortening of the bench that we've just noticed, as we haven't seen the Fadayev line, is you cannot afford now to take any kind of penalty in the next 8 minutes.
Face off to the right of Walker. Dragons win it. Jones. The shin pads in front. Harper there. Passes his way through one. Cromie. Stops the breakaway. Harper. Back to Cromie. Pocket of space. Cromie shot blocked. Second chance. Redirected away. Good work from the Hawks. Now's the breakaway. 2-on-1. Lutwich. Is he going to take the shot? Is he going to set off Barnes? Lutwich takes the shot and it's blocked. Ryan Jones there didn't give him even a sniff of an open lane there. Chance in front. Delabatush comes up with a second chance. Will Harper and I think it's Adam Barnes again.
Yep.
That one felt slightly more unnecessary than the last one.
You can make the argument Harper's maybe trying to spark something, get something going, but now's not really the time for that kind of way to try and spark something. Your team is still in it at the moment. You've been getting the opportunities. You don't really need...
The one thing it does do is the Hawks lose the zone. It's forced out into neutral ice.
The penalty box door, nobody going in the box for this one, so I think the refs are going to apply the old playoff rule book and just let it go.
We do shortly enter the final 5-minute silly season rule. See what happens there. McKinney wins the draw. He has had Jake Witkowski's number on most of those through the evening. Cromie able to get around Zajac to the front of the net. Kennedy tied up. Good job done by Pollitt on that occasion.
Had Witkowski on the overlap as well, but he was just being man-marked.
Barnes just pops the puck on its way out the zone. Kennedy back to collect. Ross Kennedy forced away, poked away by Zajac. Royds. Long stretch pass finds Barnes at the blue line. Barnes winds, fires. Over once again. Riddick. Carried into the zone by Barlow. Brammer stops them there. Into the zone once more. Riddick just clears the line. One man back there, broken away. Here's the chance for the Hawks to ice it. Delabatush makes the first save and covers up the second. Once again, how many chances are the Hawks going to get on the breakaway here? Liam Charnock, the latest recipient.
Beginning to feel like the Dragons are a little bit of a turnover factory this evening. Again, Charnock with a just interception here, careless play straight into the Hawks player. Delabatush has to come up with 2 big saves.
Face off to the right of Delabatush. Back to Brammer. Barlow the other way. Off the pads of Walker. Hawks clear it up ice. Thomas is there. Hawks 6 minutes and change away from righting the wrong of last year. Right round to Barlow on the right-hand side. Barlow just thrown into space, no one there in a red shirt. Starting to see the effects of playing inside third period with only 2 lines. The legs starting to go a little. Hooks a little bit fresher than their opponents. Thompson finds Barry. Men in front, blocked by Wainwright. Ollie back down low. Thomas is there. Offside called. Hayek just playing that one wrong side of the blue line.
We're not
5:55 remaining in the third.
We're not just seeing the physical effects, we're seeing the mental effects as well of this. We're seeing the mistakes coming through here, like for example with that break attempt, with the giveaway there by Wainwright. You know, it's that double-edged sword of shortening the bench like this at this stage of the game. And as you said, Blackburn can afford to just roll 4 lines at the moment.
Cromie on this near side, played ahead to Kennedy. Bounced off the puck, McKinney is there to assist. McKinney, coast to coast. Falls below the goal line. That's Barnes. Any broken stick on play, has to go to bench to get a new one or a change. He'll get a change instead. Witkowski. Space for Kennedy. That one off the blocker of Walker, which can't clear the zone. Fired back into a danger area. All through to Zajac. Kept in. Cromie draws a call. The Dragons are going to go on the man advantage. Sam Zajac is going to sit 2 for tripping. 54-54, time the penalty.
And if I'm Deeside right now, I'm going to take my time out, which, yes, I believe they are.
Some frantic hand gestures signaling a timeout. We will get a timeout, Deeside Dragons. And we always say, playoff games, you need big moments. Here is your biggest one, right here, right now, for Deeside.
Yeah. I think the question here is do you try and go 6-on-4 here? There's 5 minutes left. Do you take that gamble?
Personally, I say no, then I am a coward. I think it's too early.
Like I said, I have seen it personally done myself. Granted, it was a 6-on-3 in an OHL game, but I have seen it done.
See, 2-man advantage, that's slightly different.
Yes.
1
yes.
man,
yes.
I think it's too early. All eyes on Tyler Delabatouche.
And as I always say, if you are going to pull your netminder, you need to be 100% certain that you are going to be controlling the puck in that end. Deeside have struggled with that.
And that's probably why Tyler Delabatouche has gone back between the pipes.
Yeah.
Zajac sits 2 minutes or less. The Dragons need a goal to level us back up. How much is left in the tanks? Kennedy.
Can just confirm it was 2 minutes for tripping at 54-54 for Sam Zajac.
Cycle to Dickinson at the blue line. Sidesteps Barnes. Dickinson shot saved by Walker, and he just covers it up. Holds it against his chest. That's 13 seconds done.
It's good work. Good work. Got the open lane down that centre, but Walker again is going to be seeing that all day. You need to get bodies in front if you're going to try that play.
Wins the draw. Kennedy. Back to Dickinson again. Witkowski winds, fires that one off a block in front. Lee Pollitt putting his body on the line for his team. Dickinson. Back to Witkowski again. 3 men in front of the net for the Dragons. Witkowski fired through traffic. No one there. He'll go and collect his own rebound. Dickinson. Trying to draw men out wide. Hawks not biting in the slightest. Witkowski cycled round. Cromie Kennedy with a shot. Scramble in front. Loose puck. Barlow collects.
Again, Walker's just not being moved. He's not being screened. He's not being crowded. He's
Nothing of a shot from Witkowski. Pollitt with another block. 50 seconds left on the man advantage. Dickinson leaves it for Cromie. just a little too slow for me at the moment. Back to Kennedy, winds, fires, the deflection, takes it away. Dickinson again. Kennedy finds Barlow, little pocket of space, shot blocked away by Walker. Witkowski collects the rebound. Back to Barlow, bobbles over the stick. Brilliant deflection in front there. James Royds on that occasion. 15 seconds left before Zajac rejoins the game. Witkowski, shot through traffic, scramble in front. Walker makes the save.
I think that caught Walker in the mask.
Yep. 10 seconds left of the man advantage. 3:16 remaining in the third.
I think they're going to leave the same line out here. They're going to change one man.
I think they have to bring a D-man on just for when Zajac comes out the box. 3:16 to go, 10 seconds on the man advantage. Walker taking all the time he can just to make sure everything's okay, get his team a breather. Unfortunately, it does allow the Dragons a bit of a breather as well. Here we go, the draw won by the Hawks and cleared up ice. Jacob Lutwich comes out and does the job. That will do it for the man advantage. 3 minutes remaining in this North 1 playoff final. Dickinson. Barlow on the back door, can't reach out and grab it. Hawks the other way, Zajac finds Lutwich. Lutwich cuts inside, too many bodies there. McKinney winds and fires, Delabatouche captures it, drops it just straight away. You'll hold on, 2:45 remaining in this third. Now we're at the point now where Tyler Delabatouche is going to be going somewhere.
I'll keep an eye down in that direction.
Hawks win the draw. Barnes in the corner, passes in McKinney's direction, picks off. Which keeps it in the zone. McKinney out in front. Barnes broken up. Thrown goal was redirected by Lutwich. Jones there to clear. Edwards. Harper unable to get on the end of that. Edwards into the zone, looking for help. No joy. Forced back.
Just crowded out because Blackburn are now probably just going to try and park bodies across that blue line and make it so that nothing can get through.
Final 2 minutes of the third. Do or die. Barlow into the zone. Edwards tries to get it back to Barlow. Broken up really well once more. Charnock. Killed some time, skates it out himself. Off the boards, can't get past Dickinson. Here come the Dragons, Edwards. Into the zone, Edwards saved by Walker once more. Royds.
Delabatouche is still in his net.
Delabatouche is still there as we tick down to a minute to go. Comes very high out to play the puck. No signal coming from the bench. Kennedy drops off for Cromie. Cromie tied up with a stick behind there from Barnes. Witkowski. Man down low. Delabatouche is signaling to the bench. He wants to go. Cromie tied up by Barry. Penalty called. Here we go. Tom Barry, 2 for holding. 59-21. Delabatouche skates to the bench. It'll be 6-on-4.
Very surprised. I don't know whether they were waiting for something like this to happen or because you can't gamble and guarantee, but
time out, Blackburn Hawks. 39 seconds. Must win draw. Must score opportunity for the Dragons. The Hawks. I'd like to think you're just going to chuck Andy McKinney out here. Pete Witkowski off the drop. Dragons come over and asking for noise from their fans.
You load up for Bear for this. You go with every forward you've got that you think can score in this scenario.
Witkowski will take the draw. It's going to be Liam Charnock, man in the middle for the Hawks. Witkowski away with it. Kennedy. Cycle down low. Cromie. Still no shot. There's a shot and it's blocked. Hawks will clear the zone. It won't be icing. The Dragons have to go get it. 20 seconds. Witkowski will get at the speed. Offloads to Cromie. Zajac pokes it away. Held in the corner. 10 seconds. There's nothing the Dragons can do from here. Barlow has to shoot. Redirect to Witkowski. Walker makes the save and holds on. The Hawks right the wrong of last year and take the playoff trophy back to the Manchester direction. The Hawks win 4-3.
What a game. What a game that was. Come back from 1-0 down. They go back behind again, and then they came back to close it out.
The Hawks do what they couldn't do 12 months ago and do the job and complete the double, and they will go to tomorrow. They await the winners of our final game, the Slough Jets and the Streatham Red Hawks.
So we've got one of our 4:30 face-off tomorrow. Teams all set. Deeside were with them all the way to the finish there, but that was brilliant defensive work by the Hawks, just holding it, pinning it down in that corner, not letting the Dragons get anything until that final second.
Dragons have done lots of wonderful things this year. They got the cup win in February. They've come to a playoff final. They've led on 2 occasions in that final. Yes, I feel heartbroken that they haven't completed the job. We said it came down to a game 7. I alluded to it at the start of the stream. It had gone, the wins had exchanged both ways. The odd-numbered games were won by the Hawks, the even-numbered games won by the Dragons, and that holds the form as the Hawks win by 4-3. Apart from one game earlier in November, which was a 3-2 win for the Dragons, the closest game of the series.
I was just about to ask you, actually, seeing as you predicted that so successfully, what are tonight's lottery numbers?
4. I don't do the lottery. The Hawks, obviously, a fantastic job done. A much improved performance from last year. We said last year, I mean, we were about this point of the evening on Saturday last year. Dom Osmond was throwing bottles of orange juice on the ice. Tonight, it's going to be pouring bottles of champagne into the air.
Yeah, I mean, they've added the necessary depth and talent they needed to get things across the line this year. You can argue it's been a big help that Billingham fell away for some reason as well this year. But if you look at that roster, it is just stacked with talent. It deserved the championship last year, and it's won the championship it deserved last year. This year, as you said, they've righted the wrong of last year.
And they've done a very good job doing it. The amount of chances they had, if it wasn't 4-time Delabatouche net, this game we could be on our 3rd drubbing of the afternoon. Instead, we get a Game 7 7-goal barn burner. And, you know, a game to remember.
Yeah, like I said, what a game. That was playoff hockey. That was two teams leaving out there. Not one thing can claim to have been left in the locker room on that during the course of that game, I don't think.
Shots